Good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to start unit number 2, Animals. 2.1, Animals. So this poem is written by Walt Whitman, 1819 to 1892. A major figure in early American poetry, in age when all poetry was rhymed and metrical. Whitman made a break with tradition and wrote a revolutionary new kind of poetry in free verse. There is no rhythm, rhyming scheme. There is no rhyming scheme or rhythm. He was a conformist in all respects, including his social life. So the poet tells us that he feels more at home with animals than humans. What he finds complicated and false. So through this poem, what does the poet wants to say? Now we are going to see. I think I could turn and live with animals. They are so placid and self-contained. Free verse poems here, no rhyming scheme. I think I could turn and live with animals. They are so placid and self-contained. The poet expresses the possibility that he could change his lifestyle. The poet expressed the possibility that he could change his lifestyle and live with animals. Live with animals, and what is the reason? That animals are so placid, means so calm and self-composed. Self-composed. The poet stand and gaze at them for a long time. The poet can stand and gaze, means look at the animals for a long time. And what does he say? That he want to change his lifestyle and live with animals. The poet wants to live with animals, and that is what is the reason? That the animals are so calm and self-composed. I stand and look at them long and long. They do not sweet and whine about their condition. They do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. They do not make me sick, discussing their duty to God. Not one is dissatisfied, not one is determined with. So the poet wants to live with animals, and he stand and gaze at the animals for a long time. And why does the poet want to live with animals? Because they are so calm and self-composed, and this poet want to stand and look at them for a long, long time. They do not sweet and whine about their condition. They do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. They do not make me sick, discussing their duty to God. Not one is dissatisfied, not one is determined with the mania of owing things. The poet has observed that they do not perspire from too much labor, trying to improve their condition. Neither do they complain mournfully about their living and for their and spend sleepless hours expressing sorrow for their misdeeds. Missatisfied, not is determined with the many of owing things. Not one kneels to another, nor to his kind that lived thousands of years ago. The poet observed that they do not perspire from too much labor and trying to improve their condition. Neither do they complain mournfully about their living conditions. What is their condition? In which condition they live, means they don't complain to anyone. They are satisfied how they are and where they are. And they do not disgust the poet by talking to him about their duty, about their duty to God, and not a single animal seems, dissatisfied, discontented. They do not behave irrationally, madly, pursuing the ownership of worldly goods. No animals leads to another as a sign of worship, and not to any ancestor that lived the continuous ago. Not one is respectable or unhappy over the whole earth, so they show their relations to me, and I accept them. They bring me tokens of myself. They evince them plainly in their possession. I wonder where they get those tokens. Did I pass that way few times ago and neglect drop them? So lived thousands of years ago. Not one is respectable or unhappy over the whole earth. No animals has ideals about or is unhappy with madness that relate to the whole earth. Animals' relationship with the poet in a simple way, and he is turned for what they are, acceptable for what they are. Them plainly in their possession. I wonder where they get those tokens. Did I pass that way the few times ago and neglectingly drop them? So the animals offer the poet visible signs of qualities such as innocence and simplicity, and reveal to him. What is the quality of the animals? According to the poets, the qualities of the animals such as innocence and simplicity, and reveal to him. The poet wonders if mankind, while passing through the various stages. So what does the poet say? The poet says the poet likes the qualities of the animal, simplicity, the innocence, and reveal to him. And the poet also wonders if mankind, while passing through the various stages ago, so did I pass that way few times ago and negligently drop them. So the poet wants to live with the animals because they never complain to anyone, and what they have the condition, so they live happily, satisfied. So this is a pre-verse poem which is written by Walt Whitman. So this is the explanation of this poem. Thank you.